Hello everyone, and welcome to the infinite rear tyre grip Baku Grand Prix. So, following from this series that I've started in, where I do weird and wonderful mods to the F1 game, this week I'm going to be giving it infinite rear tyre grip. And when I say infinite, I mean infinite. There is no slippage at all from the rear tyres. It's quite a funky one, but yeah, it's quite fun as well. So let's jump in then. You see I'm in the Ferrari. I'm starting from the very back of the grid for obvious rear tyre grip issues. And you can see there, already sliding around, slight little game bug with so much grip here. And I actually don't start in this particular race. You can see in the bottom left there why I don't start, because I can just absolutely fly up the inside of everyone. And it's utterly ridiculous. So of course I didn't want that to be the real video, because otherwise it'd be quite boring. So we don't do that. But anyway, we are underway now in the real race. And you see here already though, going up the inside of plenty of people able to brake very, very late. Just do clip Ericsson there and just trying to get used to this rear grip really. And you see they're just absolutely booting it. It's quite strange, and actually, oddly, the biggest difference is that the car doesn't rotate through the corners. Biggest difference other than being able to fall the throttle, of course. So, very nearly hitting gas edge, braking very late. So you can just absolutely boot it on the exits, obviously. But when you do that, it causes the front wheels to just wash out. You see there, just having to delay my throttle inputs a lot, because as soon as you touch the throttle, you just get no rotation in the car at all, because it's just too much rear grip, and it just causes you to just basically go straight on. So it's quite odd, it's quite different to drive. I'm going to try to look up the inside of Charles Leclerc here, who of course we have swap seats with this year. We are on board with Kimi Raikkonen. Actually up inside nicely, but again, having to wait so long. So it's a really weird one. It's a really weird dynamic, because these guys are mostly quicker than me through the corners, but I'm a bit quicker on the brakes, so I can brake later, because I don't have to worry about rear locking. And of course I'm quick on the exits, so I can just boot the throttle. You see we already go up the inside of Carlos Sainz there. And for my first attempt for this is my second attempt. For my very first attempt, I did also put my braking balance as forward, or rather rearward, if I can get my words together, rearward as this game will allow, which is 50% brakes to the rear, and also turn the brake pressure up to max. But to be honest, that was a bit OP. I was able to brake so much later than these guys, because I just had so much rear grip, and just having to dive up the dive into Ocon's slipstream there, otherwise it's going to hit him, and that's not what you want to do from that section. And again, that last section, it is flat with this mod, but I do actually I have to be quite careful with my racing line. It's not easily flat. Again, I think that's just lack of rotation, because in the infinite rear grip, I have a dive inside of Ocon here, easily overtaking Hulkenberg, and very nearly collect Magnussen. I just brake so late and just absolutely boot it on the exit there. And look how much gap we've got to Ocon already, and that was a bit late braking again. Just not sure how early these guys are going to brake, because I know I can brake so late. And even despite that issue, we're still able to get well alongside Kevin Magnussen here. Already up to P7 then, unsurprisingly. And I did consider doing this video with a slightly slower car, but I thought it would be more fun to have a bit of front grip at least. Oh wow, you can see that's what happens. And it actually looked like he hit me there, just because it's, when you boot the throttle, you see there the camera jolts, because of course you suddenly get grip, and you suddenly fly forward, and it looks like you get hit. That's how much rear grip I've got. And just having to use the gears a bit more aggressively than I otherwise would as well. And once again, got inside of Perez, who squeezed us right to the wall. Really aggressive defender from the AI there, but going to brake later than him. Yeah, much later to see how comfortable that was. Having to wait so long for the front to grip, and for us to get enough rotation in the corner so that I can boot it, clipping the wall there. I'm sure you guys would have already noticed that I have got damage off once again. That's not the point of this series, is it? The point of this series is just to have a bit of fun with some mods, not to be having damage all the time. But you will see in the bottom right as well, I'm sure the eagle eyes amongst you will have already noticed that I'm having to save a lot of hours. I think that's because my, I'm going full throttle a lot sooner, so it's using more, and also I'm not recovering so much, and just going around the outside of Max Verstappen there. Such was my grip from the exit of that last corner. Just able to fly around his outside, and Daniel Ricciardo, we're going to overtake Erzmo, see if we get us inside through this section. It's going to make it pretty tight. I have to give him a bit of room on the inside now, and this is going to cause my racing line, and there we go, hitting the wall. Again, good job, get damages off, but it just illustrates that I do need to get a good racing line. I'm just not able to do that section flat with, because I just can't get a rotation in the car. And I was just saying that, eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that I'm managing my ERS heavily, because I just can't recover enough and using more than I otherwise would. And just means I have to be quite careful, running very deep there. They're braking a bit too late, although just booting the throttle on the exit, so no problem whatsoever. And of course, this hasn't really affected my top speed too much, because really top speed's affected by drag. All it's really affected is the initial exit from the corners, and also be able to brake later, as I mentioned. Coming to the Mercedes now then, Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. And of course, this I have, probably should have mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, rather than lap 3. Of course, the mod has only been applied to my car, while the Ferraris, that's also Sebastian Vettel out in the lead, unsurprisingly. And diving up the inside of Valtteri Bottas, this is not normally an overtaking position, but I know that with my infinite rear grip, I can actually just fly up his inside there and make it stick. Hamilton, think about having a look at the inside of him there, but think better of that. That would have been a bad idea, and just wanted to cut back at him, but just not got the grip. Even though I'm just waiting so long to put the power, I'm still hitting the walls, just because I can't cut back on him. And we're going to try once again here, cut back. But again, look, just haven't got the front grip. Just have not got the front grip. And of course, if you're to optimize around this mod, you would do the brake setup I mentioned earlier with full brake pressure, brakes as far to the rear as it will let you. And as he tries to come back around outside, that's not going to work. And of course, you would do things like completely maximum front downforce, minimum rear downforce. You'd also use ballast, which you can in this game. You put the ballast completely rearward, just to try. Or would you put it rearward or frontward? I'm not too sure actually on that one, because normally put it rearward to get some rotation in the car, but I don't know if that would work because there's too much rear grip. It'd be impossible to get any rotation in the car. So I wonder if you do front just to give you a bit more front grip, perhaps. I'm not too sure, to be honest, how that one will work. But anyway, go for a new fast lap of the race then, and we're now going to try and close down Vettel. We'll see what we can do on him. He is a fair bit ahead, but we'll see if we can catch him. We are going to be quite a bit quicker. And one thing I did notice that the AI, even Sebastian Vettel, actually aren't optimised well for this. It's not a great surprise, but previous mods I've done, I've been amazed actually how well optimised the AI have been, or how well they've adapted rather to the weird and wonderful things I've been doing to them. Check out my channel and don't forget to subscribe as well if you want to see those previous videos. They're all pretty fun. But this particular mod I found they just didn't adapt very well. I think that's because I've actually, subconsciously really changed a lot of my driving. I'm braking a lot later, just being a lot more aggressive there, booting the throttle in the middle of the corners. And then, just changing my racing line and lots of little changes that they're just not doing, of course. And see, that was a bit deep there. I'm just using a bit of barrier. Didn't really have a choice there, unfortunately. Managed to miss around that time, though. And yeah, I think I just didn't think I'd particularly change my driving too much, other than obviously pressing the throttle a lot quicker and a lot harder. But yeah, I think once I realised that the AI were driving quite a bit different to me, then I realised that actually I've changed my my style quite a bit. Of course, on my Urzuge as well, I've adapted that a little bit as well, which is probably helping. Coming into the end of this lap now, we're quite a bit up on Vettel. We're already catching him. They're not far away back. Not far away back. That'll do. Already, only 2 seconds up on a previous lap. So without having traffic, that shows how quickly we can go. And look at the gap on the minimap back to the Mercedes. Then huge amount of time. 6.3 seconds in well, just over 1 lap. So really quite significantly quicker than the guys. And I wasn't actually sure if I would be that much quicker, to be honest with you. When I very first did this mod, when I first drove this mod rather, because there was no rotation in the car, I thought, well, I'm going to get better exits and brake a bit later, but actually they're going to get much better rotation through the corners, so maybe they will be quicker. But no, I think particularly on this track, yeah, it's just all traction, isn't it? It's all 90-degree corners, it's all about traction. I imagine if I did this mod on someone like Spain, someone that's really reliant on downforce and medium to high speed corners, I imagine that the AI would actually be quicker than me, just because I can't rotate the cars through the corners. And look how aggressive that was. Camera really jolted on that one, down to second gear, just booting the throttle. Even going on to first on that one, just booting it, and have to upshift so quickly. So on no ERS deployment, just trying to get some ERS battery back, ready for the very long start-finish straight. And okay, this is a like-for-like comparison now. This is Sebastian Vettel, who's got the same mod as me, but of course AI driver. And getting all slowed down, nice and tight, booting the throttle now. You see there, he does get just good exits me, really. It's just through the corners that I'm able to be a bit quicker, just adapt to my racing line a bit better. You see him there just slowing down a little bit too much, really. I actually boot the throttle a little bit too early that time. And we are pretty close to him. It was short shift. We don't really want to overtake him just yet. We want to try and get some DRS down the back straight. That'll be the best way to do it. Otherwise, he might be able to take us back. So we're just going to be a little bit conservative now, but need to stick nice and close to him still as he actually hits the barrier. So it looks like the AI do also hit the barrier with this mod, not just me. And whoa, braking quite a bit later than MC again. I think he's just not braking late enough. Just not adapted very well to his newfound braking grip. And now we're in full ERS deployment, full mode. This is the last lap of the race, last straight. Looks like we are going to be plenty close enough to him to get the move. We should also get DRS. Yes, we do indeed get DRS, and we're all going to be past him even without the DRS. We've got full ERS battery to use till the line, so no problems at all. Run to the line as we take P1 then. But the interesting thing I want to know is how much quicker I was than the guys that didn't have the mod. That's really what I want to see now. So there it is, confirmation, Kimi Räikkönen, P1. And there we go then, so 37.697, wow. So that was, what's that, 2.4 seconds quicker than Vettel with the mod. And what's that, probably about 4 seconds quicker, 4.3 is that seconds quicker, my quick maths, 4.3 seconds quicker than everyone else then with infinite tire grip. Well, there we go, and that was that little experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I thought it, the corners would be the same and I'd just be flying on the exits, but actually the corner grip was worse, wasn't it? Just I couldn't rotate the car, so quite interesting there. But anyway, like I said, subscribe if you're new, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.